Hello, this is Coach Kemi, CEO and founder of How to Think Global Consulting Empire. How are you today? I hope you are well. I'm on to my usual 2 o'clock live on my business page on Facebook, How to Think with the number 2, How to Think. That's the name of my business page. And today I would like to share with you a detailed step-by-step plan to get to your next senior position. So what I do is I take you from stinking thinking to epic living, helping you to use your thoughts to live your best life. And I work primarily with female senior executives who aspire for senior positions up to the C-suite level and president of an organization. I'm going to be looking at my notes. And so everything we talk about, everything I share with you is always about how you think. So I want you to always keep that in mind. Don't miss it. Don't mix it up. It's not about your doing, it's about your thinking, because your thinking informs your doing. Obviously, I cannot go in depth on this detailed step-by-step plan, but I will share what the plan is step by step in the 15 minutes we will be together right here. So step 1 of a detailed plan, a detailed step-by-step plan to get to your next senior position is this: know your purpose. Step 1, know your purpose intimately and accept it. Some people have not accepted their purpose, even when it's your life, whether it's work life, home life, business life, personal life, any life. You have a purpose, and that purpose, you must know it intimately, and you must live that purpose, because purpose means something or someone that was created for a reason and exists. Reason and created for a reason and exists for a reason. So you don't just exist, you exist for a reason. You must know why. Why? Because the reason, and you must accept it. If you don't, you're going to be living any other purpose, and you will never hit the bullseye in your work life, in any aspect of your life. Step 2, know how to think. And this step affects everything, because once you know your purpose, you will know how to think about you will know what to think. Not about your purpose, but for example, the kettle boils water, it does not boil rice. The kettle is not thinking, when the rice comes in, I hope it's thin rice, I hope it's basmati rice, I hope it's white rice, no, I want it to be brown rice. It's only thinking of water. But if it does not know that its purpose is simply to boil water, an electric kettle, even a kettle that you put on the gas burner, if the kettle does not know its own purpose, then the kettle will be thinking about anything else but its own purpose. So what you want to do is to know how to think. Because once you know your purpose, hi Lynn, thanks for joining me, because once you know your purpose, the next thing to do is your purpose aligns the way you think. It determines what you think. You don't just think anyhow, like, oh yeah, my purpose, like I just gave you the example of the kettle. It does not boil rice, it boils water. So if you do not know, and the kettle is intimately connected and has accepted its purpose, intimately connected to and accepted its purpose. That's step 1. Step 2, know how to think. You've got to know how to think. Your purpose will determine what you think about. I am human, I'm not an animal. So I'm not, looking to eat grass or, there's a way I think because I know who I am. Please watch this. The guys make sense. Oh, that's something else. Oh, I thought that was someone. So, now that you know your purpose, it informs your thinking. You do not go poking your nose into what does not show up in your purpose. You might enjoy it. You might like it. It might be something you do along the line, but it is not your primary way of your style, your living. It's not. It just isn't. So this step affects steps 3 to we have 8 steps. How to think affects steps 3 to 8. Now, What you are intentioned with is what you think about. What you are intentioned with. What's your intention? My intention is to hit the bullseye. Therefore, you're not just throwing the darts. It could hit anywhere. Nah. And let me tell you, it will hit anywhere, but it won't hit what it's supposed to hit. So you must be well-intentioned. This is where I'm going. Because you know your purpose, you know exactly where you're going. And that will determine what you think. I like that the kettle has accepted its purpose. Yes, it has. How you think or don't think is going to determine your future. I heard Gary Keesee say this. How you think or don't think is going to determine your future. At work, in your home life. How you think or don't think. How you think or don't think. Why? Because the principle, like it, lump it, agree with it, disagree with it, is not going to change because of you. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. That works, it works, it works, it works, it works, it works, it works. Full stop, period. That's it. And so your thinking will determine where you go. So step 1, know your purpose. Step 2, know how to think. And that's what I teach. Step 3, now research the industry you fit in with your purpose. And at this point, what are you thinking? So you look for the industry you fit in. You fit with. Your purpose fits with. So I'm a go-getter, noisemaker. I can't do a 9 to 5. I can't sit and just be doing the same thing coming. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yeah. I'm a business person. I'm an entrepreneur. I've got to keep, it's got to be busy. 1, it's got to be not erratic, but it's got to be diverse. So I know that I cannot go into a little accounting firm. I cannot. I cannot. It's just this, no. 1 plus 1 is always 2. I can't do that. So you need to look for an industry and research the industry that fits in with your purpose. And how you are thinking will determine the industry that you research. Step 4. Research the post where you can shine, where you will float, where you will thrive, where you will show up as a solution to the problems the position presents, where you will show up as an answer to the questions the position presents. Because you remember that you are not an employee, you are their solution. They did not hire an employee. They hired a solution. They hired an answer. If you are not bringing answers and solutions to issues in that position, forget it. So go and research positions. And what are you thinking? And research it very deeply, because you're going to have to deliver. Forget KPIs, key performance indicators. No, you want optimal performance indicators. The optimal. You want high performance. You want innovation, imagination, inspiration in your work. You want to create new things. That's what innovation is. You don't want to just go in and say, okay, we use this system. What we usually do is we use this set of details and we use this data. You want to come in as an answer, as a solution, and as someone that is going to create. You see, innovation is not a recreation. Innovation is creating something new out of what already exists that will enable your organization. So you want to research the position closely. Which position do you want to occupy? Because in that position is what they expect you to do. So which position are you going to occupy? Lynn writes, fit the role with your purpose. Yes. I think that's why we get fed up and stuck. Yes. Because we've gone somewhere that doesn't fit us. Yes. And the reason many of us go somewhere that doesn't fit us is about the money. I realize in my business, the reason I've been making huge mistakes is because I think about the money first. I'm going to earn the money. But no, you are, like Lynn has taught, you're supposed to think of the transformation. You're supposed to think of the value you are giving. You're supposed to think of the worth. So what worth are you going to bring into the organization? What value? You should be a personification of value. You should be a personification of transformation. Again, that's something I teach, because it's not just change what you think, it's transformed thinking. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So research that post deeply and think about it. Think about what you enjoy, what your purpose is. That's why you must research the position deeply. Note, we have not gone into any organization yet. That's step 4. Step 5, now research at least 2 organizations you would like to work in. Only 2, because you don't need 5 or 10. Just 2. Do you know why? Because you know what you want already. We all do. And stick with that. No dilly-dallying or shilly-shallying. So what are you thinking? Oh, I need to earn 60,000. Let me go and do this job. I want to earn 160,000. Or let me just accept. No. You've already researched the organization that fits in with your purpose. You've already researched the posts that fit in with your purpose. Now, you need only 2 organizations to go deeply in. If you are looking at 10 different organizations, and filling out 10 different applications and researching who they are and where they work and who the CEO is and what their standard is and what their revenue, it's a lot of work. Let me give you an example. I was working with one of my coaches, and at a point he said, okay, write down 3 niches that you would like to work in. And we all wrote 3 down. Then he said, cross 1 out. That was so funny. He said, cross the 1 out that you know you don't really want to work with. Why did we write it? Because we know. He said, just cross 1 out. He said, now, for the other 2, in order to choose one, because you're only going to work with 1 niche, I want you to take a coin out and you're going to throw it and you're going to head or tail. I thought, what? Is that how we are going to choose our niche? And of course, we threw the coin. He said, now don't look at the coin. Now that you don't look at whether it's heads or tail. He said, just decide. Look at those 2 and say, which one really do you want to work with? Because we know. And we never use the head or tail. Cross out the one you don't want to work with. It's that simple, we know. But because we have stinking thinking, a lot of stinking thinking. No, let me do this. No, if I go for this, maybe they won't take me this. No, you don't need to do that. You are diluting your intelligence. You are diluting, and it's become so watery. You cannot, you see, because when you cook, you don't load it with water or too much of anything, because it will lose its savor, its taste. So don't laden your mind, your brain with all these crazy thoughts. I want this and I want that, and I could do this and I could do that. Just 2 organizations, 2, that's all. And even 2 is plenty. But choose 2. Just 2, and now think. What are you thinking about those organizations? Because whatever you think or do not think is what's going to determine where you end up. What you do you apply to those organizations? And where you end up, do you actually research those organizations deeply? Or are you already having one of your silent thoughts? What if I go here and they don't say this? And no, you don't need that. It's fair we choose the wrong one too. Yes. It's fair. So step 6. Make your application to both. Once you find, and maybe you research both and you don't find the post that really fits in, then don't apply to it. Don't. Because you can only fit in with where you fit in. You can't fit in with where you don't fit in. So make your application. Step 6. Step 7, study interview skills, interview styles, your style. It's not every style out there that you're going to use. Study it. Now, the way you think about your interview matters. And what I say to people when they go for an interview, once they've asked you questions, make sure you come with your CV. Make sure you've done your research on the organization. Come with pen and paper, and you're taking notes while they're asking you questions, because you need to fire the same questions back at them. So what would you say your weaknesses they ask you? Once it's time for you to ask questions and you're giving permission, if you're not, ask them whether you can. Once they answer you, I am saying to them, so what are the weaknesses of this organization? What do you do when you fail? Has there ever been a time you have not hit your revenue goals? How did the senior leadership handle that? You begin to shine in front of them like, what is she asking all these questions for? And if they ask you that, you explain to them that it's important to me that I am aligned with the values of the organization that I work with, that I choose, because I have values, and if our values are not aligned, if we are not the same, if we don't think the same way, I will not flourish there. And I don't plan to take a job. Doesn't matter what you pay, doesn't matter what the position is, that I will not flourish at. Because it's both in your self-interest and mine that I flourish. And they will understand that straight up. So I need to know how you roll, because now you know how I roll, I need to know how you roll as an organization. So study interview skills. And step 8, which is the last step, meditate. Visualize, meditate. Is another word for the meditate is a double-barreled word, deep thinking. To meditate is to think deeply. It's not just only, come in here, go out the other air, or just surface water. No. It's something you do consistently, often, and you go deep. And like I said, I cannot go very deeply into this. But the final thing I want to say to you is, thoughts are pictures. When you think, you are drawing pictures. And we always end up in the pictures that we draw in our thoughts. So let me run through those steps again. It's a detailed step-by-step plan to get to your next senior position. Step 1, know your purpose, accept it, know your purpose intimately and accept it. Step 2, know how to think. Step 3, research the industry you fit into with your purpose. Step 4, research the post where you can shine, you can float, you can thrive, you can flourish. Research it and research it deeply. How are you thinking about each of these steps? Because that will decide where you end up. Step 5, research at least at most two organizations that you would like to work with based on your previous research. Step 6, make your applications to both of them. Step 7, study interview skills. And step 8, meditate. Remembering that thoughts are pictures. Lynn says, I asked a company that once, what's your weaknesses? And they freaked out as they didn't know how to answer. Can you imagine? Because they're not used to it. And they have weaknesses. And they try to cover things up. And then when you get in there, you begin to query certain stuff or you don't agree with certain things. It's because they were not open and honest with you. They want you as the employee to be open and honest. They ought to be. And because you know where you are going and what you are doing, you are not just going to settle for whatever they say to you. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for joining me. Please write your questions in the comments. I'll be back. And please write reminder in the comments if you'd like me to remind you of these live streams. I think that is all. Like my business page and share this with anyone you think would benefit from it. God bless you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.